Hey friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Teresa here. Today I am sharing a video with you for the Clique Kids creative team. I am working with the Rainbow Modern Documenter kit. This kit features Rosie's studio pretty heavily, and we're going to do a little mixed media here and just play with these fabulous puffy stickers. I grabbed a couple of punches along with the journal cards and the ephemera in the kit, and I'm also working on a watercolor sheet from a Hobby Lobby watercolor pad. It's 12 by 12. This is a 12 by 12 mixed media layout. I also brought in a stencil from Felicity Jane. I believe that it's supposed to be snow, but I'm going to use it as a background. And so two things about this layout. One, you're going to get to see this process evolve and my thinking along the way and how plans changed and how I adjusted to accommodate those changes to get to the finished layout. Also, you're going to see how to use the Documenter kits with just journaling cards, no full-size pattern papers, to create 12 by 12 layouts. And so the first thing you can see I'm doing here, I kind of played with this before I started on the back of the layout. And so what I want to do is some lanes of polka dot in rainbow order, starting with pink, red, orange, yellow, and going the spectrum across the page. And my original thought was that I would have the color darker at the top and then sort of fade out towards the bottom. So I have it upside down here. I know the orientation of the layout is going to confuse you a bit. So I hope that I hope you'll be able to stay with me. But what I learned was, as you pounce the color upward towards the edge, it does fade out just from running out of ink. Interestingly enough, so I don't do a lot of ink blending like this. And you can tell because the tool that I'm using is that old Ranger tool with the removable cotton applicators. It's not glamorous. It's not new. I had so much fun playing with this process video and playing with this layout that I did go and order a set of 10 blending tool brushes from Waffle Flower Crafts. I just found some on Amazon. There's a couple of other options. Hero Arts has a nice, a good quality option as well if you're in the market for that kind of thing. So here's where I flipped the layout right side up the way that I had intended to. But the funny thing is, at this point, the rainbow order starts on the blue and violet end, blue, indigo, violet, and goes to pink, red. No problem. We're just going to go with it. So the story that I'm telling here today is I'm going to, while I punch out these shapes, the story was Nick's 5th grade graduation when he moved into 6th grade and into middle school. And so these photographs were taken after the graduation ceremony. I've thought about using this layout, adding this layout to my own album. It could go either way. This kit from Rosie's Studio is absolutely fantastic for any child. I'm using it here for a boy layout, and but you could use it for any child. It is definitely well-rounded in that regard. So I punched out all of these shapes. I grabbed a cloud shape, a heart shape, and a star. They're all sort of similar in size and scale. The cloud's a little bit bigger than the other things, but that's okay. I wanted to make sure that they fit into this column. And then here's where I decided to go ahead and extend each column of colorful polka dots in sort of rainbow order, just across the whole page and up and down, going across the whole page. That seemed to be actually a really great decision. It wasn't what I had in my mind, but what it allowed me to do, and this is where the concept of having the punched shapes in a row, this is where that was solidified for me. So kind of an accidental happening here, an accidental event that worked out and made the layout as cute as it really is. So I hope that that helps you kind of take the risk and go with the flow on these things when unexpected things happen, that you can use that to your advantage and pivot with your process a little bit. So I'm going to punch some more of these shapes. I hope you don't mind I sped that process up just a little bit faster because punching, you know. And here you can see some of the selection of the journal cards. I put those in rainbow order before I started the process, and that helped make it easier to keep it organized. I also realized that there wasn't quite a good red color, so I blended some of my red ink cube onto one of the notebook patterns on the cards and punch that out. And I wish I had done that a little bit more for the page because it would have been cute to have some more little blended shapes like that across the layout. As it is, they're just in the red column. But that's okay. That's something that I can take with me, and I will take with me to the next layout that I do with some ink blending. And I hope that you can take that with you too, that when you discover something fun, to repeat that next time all over again, or expand on it, or play with it in a different way, because then you'll get more out of your process, and you'll also learn more about your scrapbooking hobby and your interest. And I like that a lot. That for me is what this is all about, besides the bonus of having beautiful, fun, completed layouts and telling these great stories. That's also an important part. So I'm going to adhere all of these shapes down very lightly, just a tiny bit of adhesive, and then I'm going to take it over to my sewing machine and sew all of these down. I didn't record that part of the process, but it is now sewn down with a beautiful seam going down each column. And now the fun begins for adding the ephemera and figuring out the photo placement. I decided that I am just going to use the one photo of myself and him together. And then I kept coming back to this little journal card with the Saturn artwork on it, and figured out that it should be cut in half, and one side with the Saturn is going to be used on the right hand side of the photo, and the other side is going to be used on the left-hand side as a journaling spot here. And that way it continues to bring that color, that blue color, across the page. And it also starts to build my embellishment cluster. I'm going to build my embellishment cluster all around this photo, and I'm going to add the title, and I also have to figure out some kind of way to blend it better with the background. So that's a lot for an embellishment cluster, but that's exactly what we're going to do. So I went ahead and wrote my journaling, wrote just a few sentences about that day and what we were doing. I probably will go back later and add a date and the place where we are. He's now 18, turning 19 in June. So this was about 8 years ago or something, to 2015. I feel like I don't look like that at all anymore. It's so strange, but very good memories here. So this gives you a look at some of the embellishments in this kit. Oh, I love these so much. So much color. Different fun icons. They're a little more hip, a little more fun. There's cameras, rainbows, the sunshine, trees. There's flowers, but I did not use any of the flowers on this layout, I think. I just kept it to hearts, stars, the sun, the arrows. Check out how I place the arrows so they both point in towards the photo, just in a lighthearted way. Everything about this cluster is very lighthearted, kind of randomly tucked in, almost like you dropped your purse and all the contents fell out. And it's all this, elementary to middle school kind of things. Remember when you first started carrying a purse in 5th grade or 6th grade or whatever, and you put all your lip smackers and things in it? I know that's kind of feminine. Not really Nick's. Nick is not that kind of personality, but they did reflect that age group. And I think it's just a lot of fun. So here's how we're going to blend in the background more with the photo and the embellishments. One, I could not resist these gorgeous rainbow puffy stickers, and I probably just need like 10 more packs. I can't get enough, but I use them around the layout along with the cloud die cuts or the cloud punch outs. And then that inspired me to add this rainbow here at the bottom corner of the photo. So now we've got rainbow on photo, rainbows on background, done. Then that inspired me to add hearts and stars to the background. Excellent. This is what really made this layout happy for me. And every time I look at it, it just makes me smile, because this just builds more and more. And that's where the good stuff is. It's just building these layers up one by one. And it's not that I planned it or anything, but these are how the products came together for me. And it worked out so cool. Now, I did feel like I needed more of a prominent title. I'm not necessarily a big title person sometimes, especially because, newsflash, there's a lot going on in this layout. There's a lot to see, there's a lot of color, and there's a lot of energy. And so what I decided to do was to use the smaller words to spell out. So to spell out happy for you. And look how cute that turned out. And then there's this little underline, a little puffy underline here. happy for you, which highlights and sort of pulls out that you. In fact, that's kind of, the you turns out to be one of the biggest things that you see when you look at that spot. And that turned out to be genius. I'm going to tuck that little heart back underneath the, well, it's a big heart actually, back underneath the journal spot, and adhere down the orange arrow. And all good things have to come to an end, so I'm going to call this done. I could have gone on and on and on forever, just adding little details to it. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the links below for the kit. Also, check out the Clique Kits Facebook group, and tons of inspiration over there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.